happy to be back and to see you all this year. I have to say, you're off to a roaring start, aren't you? So it's a great forum. And the Democrats, they've not had a very good year this year. You know, COVID, their economic policy, the border, it's all a disaster. Their foreign policy is now a war zone, and oh, how we pray for Ukraine and for the people of Ukraine. Also, they've had a little bit of problem with parents. Parents across the country are in revolt. CRT, mask mandates, lockdowns, what we see happening in the classrooms. They are tired of woke policies. They are tired of transgender girls competing against biological girls in our high schools and our colleges. Some of their moves are so over the top that there are times I absolutely have to double check things to make sure this is not a joke being put out by Babylon Bee. This month, the Democrats decided they were going to try to give out crack pipes with taxpayer dollars. And we put an end to that. And at the same time, Homeland Security sent out a memo saying, if you hear anybody speaking against the COVID policies, education policies of this administration, report them to the authorities. It was a slap in the face to free speech. But what we know is the Democrats continue to say, in Democrat fashion, oh, we're doing this for public safety, and we are doing this for the children. But what they're really trying to do is make you dependent, to make you compliant and controlled, and to make you quiet. We are in a struggle for the soul of this country. You know, the battle of ideas used to be conducted in the public square or the city council or the halls of Congress, but that wasn't good enough for the Democrats. That didn't get the amount of upheaval that they needed, so they moved it to the classroom. And what they're trying to do is have these ideological battles in the classroom, where they're trying to replace civics with CRT. Their plan is to have a CRT-infused curriculum. Their goal is to replace education with indoctrination, because that is an essential step for them. And essential to it with this Marxist CRT is no matter the subject, no matter what it is, then you can tilt it to being racist. They have made 2 + 2 = 4 racist. They have made gifted and talented programs racist, even though Asian students are the highest percentage of enrollees in these programs. They have made it America the Terrible and said, well, it's racist. They have said, if your great-grandfather fought in World War II or your dad is in the military, that is racist, and thereby you are racist. What we know is America as a country, as a great idea, as a republic, cannot survive if our children do not know our history. So, what we need are teachers that believe in education instead of indoctrination. We need teachers that are going to be focused on knowledge. We need teachers that are going to commit to ridding the woke from our education system. And thank God we have some great conservative teachers who have stood up. And you know what? The American people agree with us. It's fascinating, isn't it? During COVID, moms and dads saw what their kids were being exposed to, and they started to fight back. So, from Loudoun County, Virginia, and we've got those Loudoun County moms here, to Richmond, Virginia, all the way to San Francisco, California. You've got the mama bears and the mama grandmamas that are standing up. You've got people that are saying, you might do this to me at my place of work, but you are not going to do this to my child. And they are bringing the pressure to bear. They're saying, no indoctrination, no woke, no teachers union. You are not going to tell my child that they're an oppressor because of the color of their skin. They are saying no to mask, no to Zoom school, and no to eating lunch outside in freezing weather and sitting 6 feet apart, because they have had it. And they are ready to begin fighting back. You know, something else they're tired of is political celebrities sitting in booths, maskless, chumming up, or Stacey Abrams, maskless, with a group of masked kids around them. The hypocrisy knows no bounds. Thank goodness people are saying enough is enough and pushing back. Now, there is a solution to this. It is called unmask our kids and get the teachers' unions out of the classroom. And how do we do this? How do we make this happen? Now that everybody's awake, not woke, but awake. So how do we do this? First of all, we have to spread the word that we as conservatives believe every child in this country should have their shot at the American dream. Every child should have opportunity to achieve their dreams. There's a second thing that we need to be doing. We need to drive home the point. We as conservatives have a vision for how this country should be. Democrats don't have a vision. What they do have is an agenda. They have a checklist. And that checklist says people don't know how to function unless the government has control of their lives. And the American people have decided that is not what they want, because that is socialism, and what the American people want is freedom. So I think right here in this room, this is the reason the left is not going to win this fight. When I look around this room, when I listen to you all participating with the speakers, what I see is a movement that is ready to pull their weight, and a movement that is ready to prove the Democrat Party wrong. That is where we need to be starting on this fight. You are patriots, you are freedom fighters, you are happy warriors. You all have a vision, and that vision says America's best days are ahead of her. They are not behind her. Your vision is that this country is strong, it is prosperous, that our kids are going to have the ability to dream those dreams. So, it is time for everybody to get involved. It is time to go be the candidate in these races. Be the campaign manager. Be the door knocker. Be the poll worker. Get involved in these, because it is imperative that we, the people, be the people in 2022. You know, I've got grandkids, and when I think about this education issue, when I look at all the moms and dads across the country that are standing up, I think about what I want my grandkids to learn. I want them to know that the United States of America, that we trace our founding to 1776, not some arbitrary date that a debunked author from the New York Times decided was going to be the date. I want them to know that this Constitution is our framework, and it is valid, and on it we stand. I want them to know that freedom is worth the fight, and that they should be celebrating their family members that have worn the uniform and have defended this country and have defended freedom. I want them to know the Pledge of Allegiance. I want them to sing the national anthem. I want them to look at the person's character, not the color of their skin. I want them to love free speech. I want them to be able to express their opinion. I want them to engage robust, respectful political debate. I want them to learn to listen. I want them to learn how a bill becomes a law. And I don't want them to go to school and learn how to build a Molotov cocktail for a mostly peaceful protest. Also, I want them to learn the names of our 50 states. I don't want them to feel like they have to learn 50 different pronouns. And I want them to learn that this country is the greatest place on the planet for human flourishing, that this is the country where dreams come true. This is where they can dream those big dreams. And it happens because the people decide they are going to be the people. They are going to fight back, and they are going to preserve faith, family, freedom, hope, and opportunity for all our citizens and all generations. God bless you all. Get ready for the fight. God bless the USA.